Alright, hey everybody. Mobile Rager late night patch notification. I keep posting these at the most inopportune time. More inopportune for me. The focus are way different region. I'm sure it's like midday for it. But we have this season's patch notes. Normally they don't tend to do uh patch notes, sort of in between seasons, The joke ones here. That is wrong season. Right. Season not season 3 somehow. This is stuff. That's so good. And the Lunars. Alright. Maybe I'm wrong. But we have a set of patch notes upon us. So I'm not gonna stop right now. The point I'm trying to get is there's an extra day, or an extra week, I should say, because the 4 weeks start to this. There's one bonus too. That's another part of the takeover. I guess I'll technically be part of the takeover because I'm on the core, still be running, but you get where I'm coming from. Okay, season 41 is really patching things up. Hey, Looney Renos, we'll be wrapping up the Western Saloon takeover this season with Christ, the release of the final members of Lady Luck and Saloon. As that chapter closes, we turn the page and introduce Arabian Nights, which we do already know about is indeed arena post, the last arena post. A new team that'll be stepping in to handle whatever surprises may surface across the world of Mayhem, unveiling the first member of the team this season. We're excited about what's next. We've also been focusing on what's improving what's already there. To be more precise, we're looking to cement the Citizens as a fully functional team in the near future. I want to build the Citizens as an expandable team for OG Toons who don't have any specific allegiances. That kind of makes sense. Like, I mean, that is sort of what Citizens is. It's just we don't know what to do with these characters, so. And there is certain class original characters. You think of like the Claude Cat, for instance. We have a Claude already in the Unlikely Heroes one. But, OG Claude in the actual shorts just kind of round. There's not anything like specific that he would make sense. I mean, you can put him in Pouncers, fine. Um, but I get where they're coming. I can see the angle there. It's what the tag has already been doing. There's characters, Penelope, Club Cat. There'd be, well, you could do a team with Penelope fairly easy, OG Penelope fairly easily, but I get why they're doing this. I'll get into my rationale later, I suppose. The team will include some existing characters, with new members joining over time. To start things off, we'll be reworking beloved classics like Porky Pig, Lola, and Speedy Gonzales. Okay, good side. Who will be part of the Citizen team. Sure. They'll be receiving updated kits to make them more impactful and relevant in our evolving meta. If you're wondering whether Bugs Bunny would be part of that mix, well, let's just say we've got plans for him, although that is an update for another day. Interesting. I'm gonna put my chips down on this one. Wild card. OG Bugs wild card. Legendary maybe. It's the Bugs Bunny, It's like the most featured character in Looney Tunes. I think he kind of makes sense as a wild card. He kind of just does things. That's the magic of Bugs. You can sort him in anything. It'll make sense. So yeah, there's an update for another day. See. Now, I will mention for the record, the reason OG Bugs has gone so long without an update is the the OG Bugs is a tutorial toon, so it's a tad hard to update them. I mean, I could say you could do it. You could give early game players a strong character, especially if he's strong in relatively obtuse ways, if that makes sense. But okay, I get where they're coming from. I mean, do some story works instead they're gonna change reatomizers. Maybe they're adjusting the tutorial. Who knows? There is no set date for when System Reworks will be released, but you can expect to see these changes either during this season or the next. Interesting. I don't exactly know what they mean by new members over time. I'd assuming we'd be getting some soon, especially if we think about it. I don't know if we think about it. If memory serves me correctly, there is no defender currently in the citizens. I mean, Hector was a citizen, and House Party probably should be citizens still, but you'd be using it with House Party anyways, so that's not the best example. So I'm assuming you'll be at least getting one or two defenders to make a properly structured team. You know, I have what they're kind of okay. Yep. More on that when the time's right. For now, let's see what the brand new Arabian Nights team has in store for you. So they not. Okay, Citizen Viewers are down there. So I guess they just didn't mention three. It'd be weird if they didn't. Okay. Dalton and one Arabian Nights. Which I think there was a Arabian Night short. Can't I remember what it is. Not the one with us on Chop, right? Nah, probably not. Okay, four fresh faces, so fully new tunes. Joining the Arabian Nights team to spin a story so rich they leave enemies speechless. Without giving too much away, this team will wield the power of jewels to shift the sands in their favor. It's a sneak peek into their theme past. Okay. Arabian Night tunes are about five jewels. Jewels empower certain abilities, and whenever they use a non-basic ability, they lose one jewel. Interesting. So it's more of a um, genie bugs. That's what it's thinking of. It's a very genie bugs reminiscent mechanic. They start the battle with a replenishable, with a spendable resource. Non-replenishable, I should say. And I don't know the actual kits, but that's why they lose jewels for a reason. So I thought the short I'm thinking of is where Genie Bugs is from. Hmm. I mean, it's not like Genie Bugs isn't magic, but I don't know. The influence seems a little obvious to me. Okay, I can find the subject to change. That's true. They do actually tend to change them. Okay. When updating Porky's kit, so he has better utility and improved synergy with citizen team members. His healing will be more powerful. His ability to cleanse debuffs will be improved. Does he cleanse presently? I know he was reworked like vintage release period, but I truly don't remember if he does. He'll be better. He'll be better able to grant speed and attack buffs. Does it just not have the theme skill? They normally put him here. Whatever, they don't repeat him at the bottom anyway, so I'm sure we'll see it. At recovery heal over time, be able to stun opponents. Alright, passive stun, that's good, that's good. Additionally, he'll share a special relationship with any Petunia toon instead of Bugs Bunny. Always found that one a little odd. Like, it's supposed to be like Were you even that much in of the Looney Tunes show? Yeah, I found that very strange. Like, if it was Daffy, it would make sense. But Tony obviously makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah, Bugs is a little strange. I don't really remember them interacting much. But you know, just took over the other's role, you know? Like, Porky was a mascot for a while. But then they started doing a lot of Daffy stuff. And they came up with Bugs, and I was like, well, I mean, there's a buffer period with Bugs. This is not a Looney Tunes history video. Okay, more stats, cool. This seems like pretty minor health boost, but I never claimed to be an expert. Okay, his basic is actually good. Okay, his basic is just getting nerfed. Like, it's okay, I guess. Okay, better heal with special. That gives less damage over time. Oh, okay. That's now fixed instead of dependent on the attack up. Which I mean, I guess that could be hard in certain team comps, but I know it's random special stat. Okay, so if Petunia is an ally, the skill is better. But otherwise, yeah, kind of a downgrade. Kick would increase from 1 to 2. That makes sense. Oh, they added the stun here. Okay, gotcha. Okay, forward attack up to all team members for 2 turns, and stun the target enemy, gain 30% turn meter. As the turn meter is still here, while in a campaign or brawl. Interesting. I wonder if this would apply to event campaign. I hadn't really thought about it. I'm curious they'll start doing the if they have campaign things. Curious when they start doing the bonus tunes thing again. I'm sure they stopped for the reason of like, play data shows no one was using them, but there's a lot of reasons to stop some of these random things, like OG bugs, for instance. Been terrible forever. It probably last like strong in the betas. Because I know they did end up nerfing at one point. That's why it's the weird 50% stun thing. Okay. So it's also grants speed up in campaigns overall. The two least helpful game modes. At the start of each of these turns, and all team members speed up. If they have heal over time, grant them an additional speed up. Okay, alright. Better, I suppose. I mean, it'll hopefully make more contacts. The rest is the theme. Cast is at all team members plus 25% recovery. Once per turn unless incapacitated. Remember enemy Daffy Toon and any allies defeated. Heal all team members for 20% max off. Okay. So the stat part is kind of the same. I know it's once per turn. I don't know how that would work. But sure. Like more to the point, I don't know what scenario you'd be in where you're defeating a Daffy Toon and an ally dies at the same turn. It's not a lot of revenge killers, for lack of a better term. But yeah, the boosted recovery is nice. Recovery is good. It's a good stat. Okay. So yeah, Return to Pig. Here's the theme passive. Citizen Toons climbed a random stat down and special stat down for themselves at the end of each enemy's turn. That's pretty solid. That's not bad at all. Just passive cleansing. An enemy takes a turn. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, you get a lot of basics. Inflicts that down, they're just kind of nullified. Play that. Okay. Lola. The lovely Lola's getting a full makeover, shifting her role from an attacker to a defender. She'll be able to gain taunt. I would hope my defender could. Remove turn meter and even enjoy immunity to silence. Voltage will enable her to be a steadfast shield for her teammates. Um, so remember when I said a couple minutes ago about no defender for the citizens? This is a solution. I don't know if it's the one I would have picked. I am not the devs. Actually, in fact, if I'm gonna pick someone, Porky or Petunia, especially with where is it? If you're trying to do this, you just have two supports on your team, which, like, I mean, can work. You know, masterminds do it fine, but is that their goal for citizens? That just seems weird. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be. Excuse me. We have more characters coming in. I'm sure we'll be able to make multiple lineups. That doesn't strictly fix the issue. Yeah, whatever. Attackers, I see you use Mark Anthony, right? Mark Anthony got changed. He's like a most individual. Okay, not the most individuals on wild card. I'm pretty close to one of those individual pits in the game. Like he's basically a wild card. Okay, the basic 2 times for 90 damage and does attack down instead of defense down. And also has less duration. Okay, there is no warm-up on this skill. But otherwise, well, okay, so warm-up's removed, and there's a taunt to this. And it's largely the same. Oh no, it says damage get reduced, but it's taunting them, and it's on a defender, so I can kind of get where they're coming from. So that's actually kind of not a terrible skill. Okay, let's look at this. This is a strange skill. I forget. I haven't looked at this. Okay, at the start of each enemy's turn, gain defense up, and if any team members below 60% max health, inflict 2 attack down on that enemy. Okay, sure. Decent skill at the start of each of his Toons turns. If Bugs Bunny's an ally, grant them and this tune heal over time. Interesting. So Bugs isn't a citizen, presumably, if I'm reading that top correctly. They said we had plans for him and let's update for another day. So, like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense for Lola to, yeah, OG Lola for to have Bugs interactions. But it's a tad curious to. I mean, this is one of the like the softest requirements in the game. Yeah, they don't normally do like all of X as an ally for anything really impactful. Even like the anti-synergy, aside from Coin Lola, uh, you could use both Knight legendaries together, for instance, completely fine. I just find it a tad curious. Maybe he won't be a wild card. Who knows? But curious interaction. That's all I'm gonna say. Assuming I am correct. This is a variable damage attack on the hell? Okay. So now the skills will worn up. It's largely the same. Now there's chopped off the top part. Inflicting random set down. The target is silenced, remove turn meter as well. Okay, that's a good skill. Yes, skills. Strange. It's like, okay, we want the silence resistance, but our other passives rely on it being silenced. So we'll give her some silence resistance, but why would she want to be immune to silence? This makes more sense. Isn't it? It'll kill, stifle like bullfighters or nautilus. It makes their lives harder. Are there any other silence reliant teams? So, so she's just full out immune, and then the big resistance boost is the same, which is good. And then again, campaign or brawl. Campaign or brawl skill. Enemies have minus 50% resistance. That's just good. She does silence. I don't know how many other citizens would. So, like, ideally, you kind of want at least one other person silencing to get the use out of this. But, yeah, theme skills there, and then she has a party instead of strength, which, she's a defender now. She can't have strength unless they wanted to atomize the entire logic of this game. Okay, Speedy, the changes to Speedy's kits are mostly minimal and focused on refinement. Rather than what? Right, fine, whatever. Speedy's been fairly consistently good? Question mark. Okay. So AoE basic does mildly less damage. Um, yeah, and then it has the usual AoE basic restriction. It's 30% dodge chance. Oh, I forget it was random. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, this one. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense then. Because it's not random non-taunt. Barely anybody even has super duper buffs or sure buffs on this planet, so I should say. Although it will no longer be able to steal piercing up. Yeah, piercing up is a weird buff. So is crit defense for that matter. As I think. Actually, I don't remember. It might not be. Okay, well, increased to one, but its cooldown's been reduced, so a little more usable. Uh, Buff for the duration of the stat down. Oh, sorry, that's the same. It just high rolls. While in a campaign or brawl, reduce 20%. So remove 20% turn rate as well. Okay. I guess campaign and brawl is gonna be their thing. Bit strange. Guess only like the two teams with brawl skills are they planning on reworking brawl? Is that what they're going for? Or is this they thinking like, oh, citizens are a starter team? I guess either or. It's not that important. At the end, each of the stands turns less incapacitated, attack a random enemy for 50% damage, and for each citizen ally gain a random stat. Attack cannot be dodged or countered. Now this is a passive attack, which I thought already couldn't be dodged or countered, so I don't know why they wrote that. It's possible they just didn't feel like removing it. Sometimes they keep strange wording and roll their skills together. Okay, and they now has cloak and dagger instead of strength, which is actually a bit of a dampering this attack potency. Hmm. Okay, and this has been bumped to 3, a little bit less turn. There's like the 2 and then this, but okay. Speedy still seems decent. Yeah, I can. Well, yeah, I guess his assist mode is dampered, but yeah, with especially in the campaign thing, AoE basic is good. I don't know if they'll feature more. I'd kind of like them to for that reason. It's like especially with the proper team for him now. I mean, proper is a bit of a like, it depends how hodgepodge those citizens are, as well as yeah, I mean, I guess what it comes down to is I'm not entirely sure where they made him a citizen in the first place. Because he was a hero nearly. So, like, sure, at this point, hero's basically a dead tag, but they made this changes. They made this change several years ago. I don't know, like keep him as a hero, but if I were to put a like, if I were to use a D&D alignment scale on Looney Tunes characters, the Speedy is like one of the few in the good category, just like unqualified. Like I got bugs. I put like chaotic good. Normally he won't mess with you. It's not messing with him. But well, I mean, he's kind of a douche in some of the earlier appearances. But yeah, he's normally the more refined, proper bugs reacts. Okay, I want to get off topic if I continue speaking. Citizens, a bit of a strange tag. Maybe I'll make a video on it. Probably not, because it would be like a team assessment thing, and like they're basically reworking the tag for the ground up. So what would be the point of that? All right, this is Mobile Rager. That's all, folks.